Good morning. It is Tuesday, July 9th. Today is the memorial of St. Augustine Zhao Rong and his companions. This is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Coming up, how to help teenagers with anxiety, but first, your local weather and this news. The defense has rested its case on behalf of accused murderer Michael Jackson Bolanos. He is charged with killing Detroit synagogue president Samantha Woll in her home last October.
Why do you lie so much? Because I'm a defensive person. I don't lie. It's just that I get defensive.
Jackson Bolanos admitted on the stand that he lied often to police investigators, and the Wayne County Prosecuting Attorney's Office says he lied 40 times in that interview. Closing statements are expected today. People in Washtenaw County's Sylvan Township are being told not to drink the tap water due to vandalism at the water treatment facility. A 33-year-old man from Belleville was arrested hiding in a closet Monday after pouring cement into drains and adjusting electrical connections.
The plant's been here for 25 years, and this is the first time we've had a break-in. It could have been far worse.
That is Robert Skoll of the Department of Public Works. There is no evidence he did anything else, but the township issued the advisory as a precaution. Skoll says the water is safe to do laundry and flush toilets, but that is it for the time being. Heavy rainfall is in the forecast for tonight and tomorrow from Grand Rapids and Flint south to the border. The rain is what is left of Hurricane Beryl and could drop up to 4 inches and cause localized flooding. The areas south of Interstate 94 and east of US 131 are the most at risk of the larger rainfall totals. I'll have your full forecast in a few minutes. Detroit Police Chief James White says block parties will now be priority 1 calls and will be responded to faster. White confirmed there were over 100 shell casings found at a block party shooting on the east side of the city over the weekend that left 2 dead and 19 injured. Police say there were multiple shooters at the party and 9 guns were recovered from the scene. Police say over the 4th of July weekend, officers were called to 6 shootings at block parties, which resulted in 3 deceased victims and 27 injured individuals. M185 around Mackinac Island now has a speed limit. Governor Whitmer signed a bill to limit bicycles and electric bicycles to 15 miles an hour on the highway. The speed limit was needed, according to Whitmer's office, because electric bicycles can reach 28 miles an hour and cause safety hazards for people and horses. Automobiles, except for emergency vehicles, are banned on the island. And in sports, the Tigers edged the Guardians 1-0 in their series opener at Comerica Park. Mark Canha grounded into fielder's choice, which scored the lone run on an error in the 8th inning. Tyler Holton earned the win in relief as Detroit has won 5 of its last 6 games to remain 4th in the ACL Central at 43-48. This is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio. Now this.
Teresa Tomeo.
Every time I go to Mass and see my husband serving on the altar as a deacon, it hits me how, with God, all things are possible. I mean, there is no way that we should be still married, number 1, based on all the problems we had. But number 2, the fact that I'm in Catholic media and my husband is a deacon is simply a testimony to the power of God and the teachings of the church that saved our marriage and, more importantly, our souls.
We have a chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day today in the Motor City. Our high will reach 86. Tonight, what was left of Hurricane Beryl will begin to drop rain on the area. Our low will reach 68. Tomorrow will be rainy and there's a flood watch in effect. It will be cooler as well, with temperatures around 76. Thursday will clear up and be nice, mostly sunny skies and highs around 80. Friday will be sunny and highs in the mid-80s. There's a possibility of a shower today in the Saginaw Valley. Most of the day, though, will be mostly cloudy, and our high will reach 84. Tonight, what was left of Hurricane Beryl will come into the area around 11 p.m., and lows will dip around 66. Tomorrow will be rainy, and there's a flood watch in effect as well. Temperatures will reach 75. Thursday clears up with mostly sunny skies and highs around 80. And Friday will be mostly sunny with highs in the mid-80s. A recent caller on More to Life needed some guidance and advice on how to help her teen son with anxiety.
Kids' anxiety levels have gone through the roof, and especially kids, honestly, who are more sports-minded, because they tend not to be very good with relationship stuff, right? They play games and then they game online, but they don't actually interact in any kind of meaningful way with peers, and
often even with their parents and siblings.
Yeah, so. I do think that there's some anxiety going on there. That the gold standard for treatment for anxiety is not medication, by the way. All the research really shows that in terms of anxiety, the best course is counseling first. Because people tend to rely a little bit too heavily on their medication, so they don't develop the skills that enable them to be less anxious. And if they rely too much on the medication, then they need more and more and more of the medication to be able to get the same level over time. So, and by the way, teens tend not to do very well in individual counseling. So I'm going to suggest that you guys go with him, especially since you're saying that his relationship with his father isn't great. Mm-hmm. This behavior of, I'll give you 30 minutes, that's him saying, look, I don't like you guys. There's a problem here. I'm mad about something, and you're not willing to work with me on it. And that's why he's not saying, I don't want to play basketball with you. He's saying, I'm mad at you, and you're not taking my concerns seriously, and you're not working on the issues with me.
Now, that's not necessarily something that you should have been able to tune into if he doesn't come to you with concerns, because we as adults have been taught that when there is a concern, someone brings you their concern, they bring it up, they ask to resolve it, you discuss it, but that's a very adult skill. And it doesn't usually happen for most of us until, we are in our mid-20s to 30s, and even a lot of us are struggling with it then.
Listen to More to Life weekdays at 10 a.m. on Ave Maria Radio. St. Augustine says, "We entreat you, brothers, as earnestly as we are able, to have charity, not only for one another, but also for those who are outside the church." I'm Matthew Handley, and that does it for this edition of Michigan Mornings. Lord willing, I will talk to you again tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.